Hey y'all, Michelle Raza here with the Finding Yourself Book Club, and today we're going to continue with Dr. Gibson's Recovering from Emotionally Immature Parents. We've been talking about updating your self-concept, which is her chapter 9, I believe. Yep, chapter 9. And so today's video is going to be relatively short in comparison to the previous ones. We're continuing with how to update our self-concepts, beginning with establishing your worth, and today moving on to identifying your values and your life philosophy. So real quick video today. If you like this content, if it's helpful to you, please do like and subscribe. It really does help us little YouTubers. And check out my website. I'm at www.findingyourselfsatx.com. Just want to let somebody on the website try to chat with me, and I've been saying on the videos that if you send a message to the website, it is me that responds, and please fill out a contact form, etc., etc., etc. Well, somebody tried to do just that, and then I went, and apparently what had been emailed to me in the past, something happened. I don't know if it was the new year or just a system upgrade, which went backwards, but the contact form never made it to me. So Carla, if you're watching this, I apologize. I tried to email you. You've probably moved on. I know that life moves pretty fast. But it is me that responds now that I know I'm proactively checking the site instead of waiting on email. And so sorry about that. But it is me that responds to your emails, to your chat messages, to the contact form. So please do get in touch. The first consult is always free, and there's no obligation thereafter. So you really have nothing to lose by just having that first initial conversation. All right. So I will move on to Dr. Gibson's works. I'm like chatty patty here today. Today was one of those days where I had the camera on, and it timed out on me twice because I was messing with my hair and I just could not get it right. So today's a bad hair day. I'm wearing a funky sweater. I guess I don't really care, right? It's more about the content than about anything else, but okay. Identify your values and life philosophy. The quality of your life will be determined by your underlying values and your understanding of how life works. What would you say are the factors that create a happy, meaningful life? You probably know this subconsciously, but it helps to articulate it. Let's explore some of your beliefs and values. And so before we get into this, I will do my little spiel that I love to do, comparing Dr. Gottman and Dr. Gibson. They're my two favorite self-help therapists. So in determining your self-worth, clarifying what you believe in, and talking about values, one of the things that Dr. Gottman talks about that is very interesting is he says, sometimes you feel like you're having a fight about nothing when you're in a long-term relationship and you're having conflict. And it turns out when you're having fights about nothing, you're actually often fighting about your values, differences in values. And so that's something that if, with this exercise with Dr. Gibson, if you can articulate your values, then it makes it easier to identify when you're having conflicts. One of the common ones, for example, is on spending money. People just have differences in how they see money, what they attribute the value of money to, what they believe is valuable in terms of what to spend on, etc. And so you can be having a small little fight about milk, eggs, gas, or a luxury, but you're actually fighting about your values. So this exercise is really good. If we can understand our values, then we can understand when we're having conflicts related to our values. So just wanted to share that with you. Okay, exercise. So go ahead and grab your journal, pause this video, come back to it if you need to. You know the spiel at this point. Exercise. Clarify what you believe in. There are no right answers in this exercise. Just respond with whatever you think. The purpose here is to reveal your underlying personal philosophy and thereby help you know yourself better. Complete the following statements in your journal. The purpose of life is. The secret to good relationships is. Success comes to those who. You can't have a meaningful life unless you. The best source of self-esteem is. I value. A happy life includes. It's important to believe. To get ahead in life, you have to. It's very wrong to. The guiding principle I live by is. People improve themselves by. These statements get at the heart of how you see yourself and the world, as well as the quality of your relationship with yourself. Once you've completed these sentences, ask yourself how your philosophies may have affected your life course, for better or for worse. So again, I will say if I'm doing these journal exercises, some of these are hard. I know she tells us not to overthink it, but you can do it once, take a first pass at it, and then later pick it up and do it again. A lot of times when you're trying to establish your values, it's a conversation that happens over the course of about 6 months. So if you're finding it difficult to write down your values in a one-time exercise, I think you're in shared company, and it's quite normal to find it a little difficult to be able to write your values. One thing that I find helpful to myself is to listen to questions like this and then just kind of sit on them for a day, a couple days, maybe a week, not forever, but sit on them for a little bit and then come back to them, because your subconscious mind will process them even though you're busy doing other things. And so then when you come back to it, you may have answers that you didn't have before. You can also just take a first pass at it, put that down, and then pick it up a week later or 2 weeks later and see if you can clarify any of your answers. It's kind of like, I don't know, most of you write in school, you've written a term paper. If you write it the first time and then you read it, everything sounds fine, you put it down, and then you come back to it and you find all of these typos. So a lot of times just putting something down, letting it settle into your subconscious, and then picking it back up again can help you clarify your thought process. And that's also why it's so important to journal, because your thoughts are kind of buzzing in your head and causing you a lot of stress. But if you write them down, you can kind of let go of it for a little bit and then come back to it when you're ready. So thanks for hanging out with me today. Really appreciate all of your likes, subscriptions, commentary. Please do like and subscribe if you like this video. And check out my website. I'm at www.findingyourselfsatx.com. I did do a few upgrades to the website. I put some love towards it today. Try to make it fit more of the theme of the branding. If you've been on the Zazzle store, I did talk about this pen last time. So this one is not from is it backwards? Oh, this one is not from Zazzle, but then I went ahead and made one on Zazzle so you can order them if you like. That's just because it makes it easier, because I'm not in the business of merchandising or anything like that. So Zazzle just does that for me. And then that's a good way to get our name out there and talk about the book club and how we can help people without necessarily, packaging and selling shirts or whatever it is. I did have someone reach out to me this week who was contemplating suicide. So just want to let y'all know, I do take that very seriously. And I think if you have a friend or someone that talks about that, you should take it very seriously. Dr. Gibson talks about threats of suicide as a method of coercion used by an EIP, and actually the best way to get around it is to take it seriously. So if you or someone in your life is contemplating that, please do look up the suicide hotline number. I don't have it memorized, but I'll ping it into the comments so that you have it. It's really, really important that if someone is talking to you about that, that you absolutely take it seriously. Even if they come back and say, oh, it was a joke, it's not a joke, and don't joke about that. If for you, you know, saying, oh, I hate my job, I hate everything, I'm just going to commit suicide. If you say that lightly or if it's a joke, please don't, because it's not. And if someone in your life says that to you, please do take it seriously. And I'm sorry I don't have the number memorized, but I will put it in the comments so that you'll have it in case you need it. Please, 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 like, your life is worth living. If nobody else loves you, I do, just for the sake of being another being on this planet. And I know that's super sappy, but it's true. You have something inside of you that's important just because you are who you are. You don't need to do anything to be important. So y'all take care. Have a great weekend. We'll talk more on Monday. Bye-bye.